Brute forcing a Telnet server using a Python program. Hi there, my name is Vivek Bharadwaj and I am here to guide you to the process of how you can gain a Telnet account password of a server using the password cracking with brute force methods. And I also want you to say this cheesy line that I always hate to say, that this video tutorial is for educational purposes, and I highly encourage you to practice these concepts on the systems that you are legally allowed to perform these actions. Alright? Now, before I start, I want to give you the lay of the landscape of how this system is configured to use my program. So, I'm using this Red Hat Enterprise Linux version 4 in my VMware player as a virtual machine, and this is my host operating system Windows 8, and the Telnet service is running on this Red Hat server on port 23, which is the default for Telnet. And I'm using Python 2.7 as my interpreter on my Windows machine, where I'll write the program and attack Red Hat server from my Windows machine. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you that my Telnet is working correctly, so that I'm not cheating. I can prove that I'm not cheating. So you can see that the IP address of my Red Hat machine is 192.168.59.129, and here I have logged successfully into my account, which is Vivek, and the password is 90807060. Okay, and I successfully logged into my Telnet account. Okay, so I have said enough, so let's jump out to the code where I'll write the whole code. Okay, so let me open up the Notepad++ editor and I'm going to write the code. So let's start. First of all, I'm going to import the sys library that I'm going to need. Then I'm going to import the telnet lib, that is mainly a library for all the telnet session using Python. And I'm going to create a variable word list in which I'm going to open up a file. Let me show you the file first. Here is my file, wordlist.txt in my D drive, which has some words in it, which actually the Python script is going to strip one by one and compare it to the passwords for my Telnet account. And this password list is pretty short, right? But this works just fine for my tutorial purposes. In actual brute forcing methods, you will be using a lot more words. You can download it from internet. It's not much of a big deal. You can download it. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to open up this word list file. Wordlist.txt. It's a text file, and I'm going to open it in read-only mode. Okay. Then I'm also going to create a variable for host, which IP address is 192.168.59.129. I'm a horrible typer, you know. I'm going to create a variable for user, which is Vivek, as you see. Okay. So I created my whole variables and imported up all the libraries. So I made an indentation here. It is not good for Python. I'm going to define a method to attack telnet. Okay, and I'm going to pass a password value into that function or method. Now I'm going to create an object of telnet, which is like this, telnet lib, which is the library, and I'm going to use the method telnet, and I'm going to pass the variable host, which actually creates a telnet session on this host. Okay, it creates an object tn on this host. Okay, now I'm going to use a try catch block in which I'm gonna provide some methods. Let me type that first, then I will explain it. I'm going to read until the login prompt, and then I'm going to catch this. Let's set EOF error. Okay. Then I'm going to print the value that error. What should I say? Read login failed. Makes sense? Okay. And I'm going to write the username. So I'm going to use tn dot write and I'm going to use this user variable user, and I'm going to provide a new line for it, so that a new line is provided to the terminal. Okay, and I'm going to catch that exception using socket dot error. Okay, and I'm going to print a message like let's say what we did in the uppercase error. What should I say? Write username failed. That's pretty good. Okay, so that in being in place. Let's go for passwords. Now if I'm going to check that if the password is supplied, then I'm going to enter into a condition where I'm going to use another try block, and I'm going to read until the password prompt. Like the login prompt we did, I'm also going to use for password. Except indentation matters in Python. So I typed the whole code down, and I'm ready to explain it to you guys, so you don't have to see me correcting indentations and stuff. So we looked up to this place, right? And I'm going to explain right from here. In this statement, I'm doing nothing but I'm checking the applied password, whether it is there or not. If it is there, then I'm going to enter into this block. This try and except block is there for our read until method, which might throw an exception. So this read until method, it waits for the prompt that we are going to listen for. We are listening for the password prompt. If it comes, then we are going to apply our password, and that's what this write method does. Okay, it might also throw an exception. That's why we surrounded it with try and except block. Okay, after that we are going to print this message that we applied the password successfully. Now this expect method, this expect method does nothing but it checks the value returned from our telnet session or the telnet server. Okay, if it takes nothing but it takes the arguments as a list and another argument as the timeout, which is optional. So in this list, it takes the regular expression or the uncompiled strings that are going to be matched with the return values. So we have put here the incorrect keyword and an @ symbol. If the incorrect keyword matches, then we can assume that the password that we applied was not the password, and we were not able to log into the account successfully. If we get the @ symbol, like we can see here, this was my Telnet account. We applied the correct username and we applied the correct password, so we logged into successfully, and we have this Vivek @Vivek_VM_Linux, which is nothing but my PC name. Okay, and this @ symbol you can see over here. Okay, so if that matches, we can say that our login was successful and the password was indeed the actual password. Okay, and it returns a tuple which contains the three variables or three pieces. What is this? The first part is the index of the the list that matches. So if the list starts with index 0, right? So here index incorrect has the index 0 and @ has the index 1. Okay, so if I has the value of 0, then we can say that this incorrect was matched and the login was not successful, and that was not the password. If it has the value 1, then we can say that that the value matched was this @ keyword or symbol, and we are successfully able to log into the account, and that was the password. So we checked this here. If I equals to 1, then we are going to return true. If not, then we are going to close the telnet object and return false. So this was our attack telnet method. Now we are going to obtain the passwords. We are obtaining this passwords objects, which is nothing but we are reading the each lines from the word list file. Here is the word list file, and after we are iterating over each password and storing it temporarily into this pwd variable, and we are going to use this method strip to remove the white spaces in front of every password if it is there. Okay, so and we are putting this value into this PASSWD variable, and then we pass this variable into our attack telnet method. If it returns true, then we can say that the password that we applied here was the password, and we print the password and we break the operation. If not, if it returns the false, then the loops continues over and over. Okay, so after that we close this our word list file, and that is our whole program. Okay, so now what that I have explained you the concepts of the program. So let's now run this program. Okay, so I'm going to open up my command prompt, and I'm going to navigate to my D drive, and I'm going to use Python as my keyword, and the file name was attack_telnet.py. I'm going to hit enter. So this is going to take some time, so what I'm going to do is pause this video, and when it completely finds the password, then I'm going to resume the video. Okay, so let me pause the video. So our program ran for about 2 minutes, and this is what we got as our output. So you can look at it, and I'm going to open up this word file and word list, and this you can see that first it applied this password, then it checked for this one, then it goes for this one, and indeed this was the password as I told you in the starting of this video. And look what it says, this password is this. In the real telnet hackings or telnet brute forcing scenario, you will have a lot more words, and this list will be a lot bigger, and the time to run this program would be a lot bigger, but for demonstration purposes it is just fine. Okay, so I think that I just explain you the concept, and I explain you the code and show you the output. So I think that's it. So see you in the next movie, and happy programming. Thank you for watching.